magindarang araw, Maya Magindara. Cannibal Mermaid VTuber, I was supposed to be playing Persona 5, but I watched my VOD yesterday and it hurts to watch. Like, nagkakaroon ako ng motion sickness while trying to read it. You may or may not be hearing the ambient sounds of EDSA right now. Medyo makalat yung EDSA today, as with every day. But anyway, yeah, I switched to just reading an old folklore book for today's stream. Should be fine, right? Should be fine. Hanap ko lang siya sa stack of folklore books ko. I may or may not have excitedly bought out all of the folklore books sa UP Press last year. Wait, hello, Raiders! Hi! Kakasimula ko pa lang. Hi, Halia! Hello, Emmy! Hello, San VT! Welcome! Thank you for the follow, Sen! Woo! Hi, BB! What? Hi, BB! Tama, I was just starting. Wait, I forgot my BGM. Just let me know pala if like sobrang maingay nung BGM. But anyway, yes, hi, I'm Maya Magindara, Cannibal Mermaid VTuber. I was going to start reading Folk-Lore Filipino. It's a book from... Oh my god, inaanto ko sarili kong BGM. It's a book from the Spanish period. I owe the author an apology. What's the name of the author? Si Isabelo de los Reyes. I kinda owe him an apology. Halia, nangyayari din yan sa akin. Wait lang, hintayin ko na mag-load sa'yo. Nangyayari din yan sa akin. Every time nag-aano ako sa Twitch, nangyayari yan. Yung nagre-raid na yung mga raiders ko. Tapos ako parang, anong nangyayari? But anyway, yeah. Shoutout na natin si Halia habang niloload niya. Mamaya na ako mag-i-intro sa feel nung libro. Kakasimula ko pa lang. Halia was playing Genshin Impact and nung nanood ako ng stream niya kanina, nakaka-stress na yung mga puzzles ng Genshin. Hindi na ata ako babalik. If you're not following her yet, pero parang halos lahat ata ng viewers ko ngayon galing sa kanya, she is a manananggal VTuber, a very, very beautiful manananggal VTuber. She usually plays mga indie horror games, Genshin Impact, and minsan nagbabasa din siya ng folklore on stream. Si Bibi Bakunawa din, minsan nagbabasa ng folklore on stream. Yeah, hello Alia, welcome. How was Genshin? Nakuha mo na si ano? May ano ba? May banner ba ngayon? Si Alhatem ba? Nakuha mo? Si, ano nga tawag sa kanya ng fandom? Si Dendro Ketching. Yes, oh my god. Maganda ba yung abs niya? I have so many questions. Welcome to the stream. Ayun po. So yeah, Dendro Daddy, oh my god. Yung Genshin Impact naman kasi yung mga daddy nila medyo kulang sa medyo kulang sa laman. Mas hot yung mga yung mga NPCs yung mga kalaban ng Sumeru. Oh my god, kung ganun yung katawan ng mga Genshin na like actual characters that I'm using, I'm going back. Pero hindi kasi nag-rage quit pa rin ako kasi hindi ko nakuha si Nahida. Anyway, back po dun sa libro. Folk-Lore Filipino was published in 1889? 1887? Mga 1880s na publish siya. It was collated and written by Isabelo de los Reyes. He didn't call himself a Filipino dun sa intro niya, sa sarili niyang libro, which is why I was confused and thought he was Spanish. But actually, at that time period kasi, the term Filipino, I think, meant that you were like from both Spanish descent and sa Pilipinas ka pinanganak. So, he was born to both what we would call Filipino parents now. So, ngayon he's a Filipino, pero back then he couldn't identify as such kasi hindi yun yung term na ginagamit nila. Yeah, this is the same na I don't know. Hindi ko alam kasi hindi ko siya masyadong research. He's a very old-timey guy. Kakontemporary daw siya ni Rizal. I'm not sure. I should have read up before reading this. I was just like, ooh, folklore, let's read. Pero like, he collated this book kasi growing up, he wasn't very rich until inampon siya ng mayaman na tita. And he experienced being able to see, nasa ano siya pinanganak, Ilocos region talaga siya pinanganak. He was able to see how the friars treated him, being, not Spanish looking. He saw how probably BB kasi he's very pro indigenous people rights. Yung intro niya to his book is, wait, let me find it. There's a part on his intro that goes, dapat naglagay ako ng Folk-Lore. He starts his book with, as brother of the forest dwellers, the Aitas, the Igorots, and the Tingians of this remote Spanish colony that has yet to know the full light of civilization, I confess sincerely that I know nothing of this new field of human knowledge called folklore, and one of his goals in collating yung mga folklore of people who lived in Ilocos is to prove, or rather to disprove this notion that the Spanish friars had na daddy. He wanted to disprove this notion na pinupush ng Spanish friars that the Filipinos didn't have civilization before they came and civilized us. So he collated all this folklore, and actually if you piece together all of this knowledge, hindi siya technically folklore that are stories. These are like random pieces of knowledge that he got from, people around, mga old folk knowledge of the people around Ilocos, from the indigenous people, from yung mga natira-tira lang after believing in converting to Catholicism. Thank you, Aliyah. Sana masarap ulam mo. Hi, Sarah. Yun, so he collated all of this to prove, to say na, actually, if kinonect mo yung lahat ng folklore and lahat ng folk knowledge of this region, you will see that even before the Spanish came, we had a society and we had a religion, or what resembles a very basic religion that may or may not be as quote-unquote advanced as Christianity or Catholicism, but it's completely unfair to say na walang civilization sa Pilipinas bago dumating yung Spaniards. So yeah, that was his goal. Although he was journalist daw siya nung nagsimula siya, I should have read up on him more. I also should check before reading if I'm on the right page, because look, this is a 600-page book, pero technically 300 pages lang siya. It's like one page that's in English and another page in its original Spanish, which I cannot read. If I accidentally read a page in Spanish, sorry na lang, I'm gonna try and correct. So yun, so it's a lot of short tales about different beliefs, starting with what he calls the Mangmang Kick. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. Hindi po ako Ilocano. I'm mostly Bisaya. Mostly mali din yung pronunciation ko sa Bisaya. Kaya nga paningkamot yung redime. So let's start. Chapter 1. The Mangmang Kick. It is unfortunate that Sir George Cox, whoever he is, confuses folklore with mythology, just as many Spaniards confuse the latter with theogony. Folklore, as we have seen, is an arsenal of data useful to all sciences. Folklore is gathered from the people. Materials such as fables and legends, which later become part of mythology, are tested for authenticity by studying them in the light of history. In short, these fables and legends are used to reconstruct religion that is already partly or totally extinct. Thus, folklore represents or provides fragments that cannot be made whole without the help of mythology. I have published Ilocano mythology, I being si Isabelo de los Reyes. He tends to speak in first person in his books. That forms the part of the prehistoric period of my history of Ilocos. Here I will reproduce as folkloric those materials which I found helpful in the reconstruction of the old religion of the Ilocanos. Those who compare this chapter with Ilocano mythology will notice at first glance the difference between folklore and mythology. Wala akong copy ng Ilocano mythology. The Ilocanos, especially those from Ilocos Norte, before they begin to cut trees in the mountains, sing the following verses. Pasensyahan na lang. Bari-bari, di ka agunget pari, tapumukan kami, iti pabakirda kami. The literal translation, the first ng mang. What? Hindi ko gets. Wait, sorry. Okay. The literal translation of bari-bari, an interjection in Ilocano which does not have an equivalent in Spanish, is mamang. Okay. Oh, you still do that? Nice. See, wala akong masyadong alam sa Ilocos region, guys. Tiga South ako. Very, very far south. Is do not feel bad, my friend, because we cut as we are ordered. Oh, parang tabi-tabi po ba siya? Parang like, pasensya, dadaan lang, ganun. Sorry, have to do this. Basta, oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, yun, ang explanation din kasi ni Kuya Isabelo, ni Daddy Isabelo, lalo na pag wiwi, of course, kasi ayaw mong maana yung ano mo. Ang sabi niya is, this is done so that the spirits called the mamangkik ba? Tama? Emig, but ano? Kailangan ko na translation check. Mamangkik, who live, these spirits are, yes, mamangkik, sige. Who live in the trees may not be offended. According to the popular belief of the Ilocanos, these spirits are vindictive and can inflict grave illness. In Memoria, which is about Philippine ethnology and was prepared for the Filipino exposition in Madrid, there is an Ilocano story called Ni Juan Sadut. Si Juan Tamad lang to eh. Oh, mamangkik, salamat. Which the author of Memoria made me write. According to the story, Mamangkik appeared in human form to the hero of the story because the latter tried to cut a tree without asking for permission from the Anito. The Ilocanos cannot give us a clear idea of the nature of the Mamangkik. They cannot say that they are devils as understood by Catholics. They are neither shadows nor ghosts nor barbarians. My opinion, me being Isabelo, Kuya Isabelo, Daddy Isabelo, is that they are old anitos found in trees that have existed since the Spanish conquest. They are human beings struck dead by lightning, by a caiman. Caiman yung tawag niya for by the way, for crocodile. I don't know why hindi nila translate. Or by a big knife that got buried at the foot of some tree in some kind of tomb, from which, according to Padre Concepcion, whoever he may be, one had to ask permission before entering the mountains to cut trees or plants. Oh, earth spirits. Nice. Walang konsepto ng ganun yung mga Catholics, no? Parang, I mean, yung Catholicism. Folk Catholicism meron tayo, pero that's it. Ganun lang kaiksi yung isa niyang chapter, guys. That's his first chapter on Mamangkik. So, yung sangkabagi ba, pinopronounce din yung NG, naguguluhan ako. Thank you, Ilocanos, in this chat. So, let's go to chapter 2. I am typing with one hand kasi mabigat yung libro. Wala, in religion, everything is not bound to sausage or evil spirits. I know, right? Katataoan or tatype ko to. Natatakot ako mahulog yung libro kaya naka one hand. Hawak ko siya ng isang kamay. Okay, so yung next chapter ni Daddy Isabelo is what I'm calling him now. Is about the katataoan or sangkabagi. He says, I'm not sure if the katataoan are anitos, like the mamangkik who are neither devils nor ghosts nor specters. They are, according to the Ilocano fables, sometimes invisible. They either appear as human beings or giants with the use of a flying balangay. Hey! Flying balangay! Flying boat. They go to secluded places like pirates looking for cadavers. This is the reason why the Ilocanos watch over their dead before burying them because boat people will steal your corpses. Valid fear. In Ilocos Norte, the katataoan is unknown. They believe instead that the sangkabagi, which are similar to the mamangkik, the katataoan and sangkabagi, I think are the same anitos. O is replaced and pronounced as you. Oh shit! Katatauan. Thank you. Akala ko Bisaya lang yung complicated mag-pronounce now. You tell me Ilocanos do the same thing? Fucking hell, bakit Tagalog yung main religion? Bakit main language? Tagalog. Visayas and Ilocanos do the same shit. Tagalog. Whoop! We're here now. Ayun, so, thank you again for... Sorry, malamya ako today. O and U and use interchangeably. Okay, sige. This is not strange as in Ilocos Norte, there are words that are not understood in Ilocos Sur, laysay-laysay, kain, buy-buy, etc. There are faith healers in Ilocos Norte who pretend to be friends of the Sangkabagi and who say that it is very difficult to seek the favors of Anitos. The Sangkabagi appear in the middle of the night, passing through windows or through holes. These saucy boat people. They wake their victims with a hardly audible voice and make them ride a balangay or an airship like that of the Katatauan, flying into space at 1 o'clock in the morning and going around the world in half an hour. According to the Ilocano common folk, the Sangkabagi approached many people, but some refused their friendship because these Anitos forbid their friends to say the rosary, hear mass, make sign of the cross, or fulfill their religious obligations as Christians. Oh no! Because the Sangkabagi, by their own admission, cannot go near people who practice acts of piety. My guy, just because a word uses Ilocos doesn't mean we all use all the same suffixes. Ay, wala pinangalanan ko yung Ilocos sa lahat ng ng Spain Wala tayong no choice. The Sangkabagi inflicts evils among those who scorn and reject them. They are dragged to the floor when they are asleep and taken to other places. Their livers are snatched and the space is filled with grass to make them sick. Technically, you would die without your liver, but okay. The Sangkabagi have very sharp eyes and they can read the thoughts of men through their faces. At other times, they make termites, destroy the clothes, palay, corn, and other plants of people who have offended them. On the other hand, they give those who them like a book called Libro de la Compañía. Oh, shit, it's in Spanish. And this book can take them in no time to wherever they want to go, no matter how far. All they have to do is to indicate the place. It is said that an old native of Sarat, Ilocos Norte was going from his town to Lawag, not very far away, to do some shopping and returned after 4 minutes with the things he had brought. God damn it, I want this book. He did this every day, morning, noon, and night. According to the people, the Sangkabagi teach their friends to make watches and give them roots to cure any sickness by rubbing the roots to an affected body. Oh shit, so they're hot? Oh my god, they're hot. Thank you for this information. The Sangkabagi, like the Mamangkik, live invisibly in some trees. Faith healers who claim to be friends of the Sangkabagi, when asked to cure someone, bring musicians to play at the foot of the tree where they dwell. Here, the people prepare a table adorned with flags and saltless food. Oh shit, para silang diwata in Ilocos lore. They operate in the same laws. Okay, because the Anitos do not like salt. In the space a little distance from the table, dancing goes on until sunset. Nobody is allowed to approach the table because this will displease the Anitos. But without anyone watching, the talkative ones say that the delicious food and basi disappear like magic, together with the plates and goblets. Oy, nagnakaw pa, bitch! Probably the faith healers steal the food and wine because they do not allow anyone to approach the tables where, after the feast dedicated to Sangkabagi, the faith healers go to the house of the sick person, approach the bed and place 2 or 4 sets of the Anitos, and these are presently occupied by the Sangkabagi. When the ceremony is over, the faith healers, like old Filipino witches called Katalonan or Babaylan, say whether the disease is curable or not, and pronounce the exact month and day when the person will either be healed or, fucking die. It can go one of 2 ways. Si Bibi na kumakain ng atang, oh shit. Adyan, mahuli ka. The peasants of Ilocos Norte, oh wow, the peasants, scatter a little rice and salt before sitting down to eat and say, "Let us eat." Itadakimasu. They believe that in this manner, the sangkabagi cannot come and grab their food. Yun yung ano, di ba? Atang yung offering sa patay. Tama ba? I'm not sure. Necessary ba na sa patay siya or like it's generic offering? Alay. Basta di mo siya pwedeng kainin, okay? Magagalit. Magagalit yung yumao. There we go. Yan, so bawal mo siyang kainin. Don't eat it. Hindi siya parang yung sa ano, sa opposite yung usually sa Catholic na libing, di ba? Kailangan mong kainin yung lahat. Bawal may lumabas na pagkain sa libing. Minsan may kasamang yosi yun. Evening, hello, small world of Che. Welcome to the stream. We're reading about Ilocos Norte folklore as collated by an old-timey Spanish guy a Spanish beard guy who we are now calling Daddy Isabelo. You can eat it if you feel like disrespecting the ancestors. Oh my God, bakit mo pinatulan yung yosi? Hoy, Sarah, hindi mo pwedeng lagyan ng atang si Bibi, buhay pa siya. Anyway, yon. So, you put salt on your food para hindi siya nakawin ng spirits. When they spend sleepless nights in the forest, valleys, mountains, or other places outside of the house, they place a crucifix on the four sides of the bed to prevent the sangkabagi from approaching. This is the reason why they place a cross on the door of a hut where they choose to spend the night. In Ilocos Norte, there is a belief that when roosters crow alarmingly at night, it's because an anito or anito sangkabagi is going to steal them. It is bad to go to the chicken coops to find the cause of the commotion. Just let your chicken die. The natives of Ilocos Norte relate that one who tried to see what happens suddenly died not long ago after leaving his bed. Okay, they are also murderers. Cool. Bakit tayo nag-o-offer ng buwan kay Bibi? Buhay pa si Bibi. Bibi, no! Actually, consent muna before you offer other people. Let's go to chapter 3. It's very short. It's like 2 pages. So, ilalagay ko na din yung chapter 4. Don't fuck around and find out. Like, yeah, legit. Welcome to Philippine folklore. Don't fuck around, don't find out, and maybe you'll survive. Maybe. Lagay ko na din yung chapter 4 kasi 2 pages lang tong kaibaan. Chapter 4 is for the monster and the mermaid fuckers out there. Alright, chapter 3. Kaibaan or kibaan is a creature about 1 year old. Oh shit, tiyanak ba to? Who walks automatically with inverted feet. He has long hair, is invisible, and lives in the thickets. He appears only to his friends and loved ones. There are male and female kaibaans. They procreate among themselves or with human beings. Okay. Okay. Actually, minsan iniisip ko yung tiyanak, mas malapit siya sa originally sa Spriggan ng like European lore, but like that's a theory for another day. Wala pa tayo sa mermaid, nasa ano pa lang tayo, weird troll people. When the male kaibaan falls in love with a human, he appears to her in the form of a man with an open mouth, showing teeth that emit a strong light that dazzles the woman he courts. Oh, tangina, kabahan ka, Edward Cullen, nagdadazzle din siya. He serenades his loved one with his guitar. If the girl accepts his love, the kaibaan gives her a raincoat that makes her invisible when she goes with him. Kabahan ka, Harry Potter, putang ina. She begins to share his power and she does not lack food because by being invisible, she can steal from others. Hello, Habagat. Welcome. Dazzle me, papi, sabi nung kaibaan. She begins to share his power and she does not lack food. Ay, wait. Okay, magnanako na siya. When the kaibaan dies, his human widow goes to the mortuary bringing a tabo. Ay, shit, may tabo. Full of salt, which is a sign of mourning. Oh, husband, take this salt. The sorrow of the widow is usually alleviated by the surviving kaibaanes and relatives of the deceased. Oh shit, may support system ka pa? That's so nice. They give her all the property the deceased has left. Na all? Putang ina. Hi, male kaibaan. I'm here. Please give me your money. Parang, I know, right? Like, hinaranahan ka na, binigyan ka pa ng powers, tapos kapag namatay ka pa, so supportahan ka pa ng pamilya niya, bibigay pa niya yung pamana sa'yo. Like, holy shit. That's some good shit. Nakaibaan possesses a tabo called the kiraod, which has the power to produce rice. Oh my god, I also want that. When placed in an empty jar beside a kettle, it comes out mysteriously with 4 chupas of rice. Look guys, counter natin dati, ang tawag ay chupa. Hindi siya yung chupa na ok ha. Ibang chupa yun. But yeah, 4 chupa of rice. It's like isang dangkal, parang ganun. Anyway, why am I explaining this? Let's move on. Ayun no, parang bayo. Bayo at chupa. It's worse. It's worse now. It's worse now. Bayo ng palay. There we go. Thank you. When the kaibaan wishes to win the friendship of a man, he serenades him invisibly. Oy, wait! May BL! May BL, Angel! May BL! Wait lang! Once he wins his friendship, he gives the man a big jar of gold and silver, a marvelous tabo, and his magic raincoat. The kaibaan, in spite of being rich, likes to steal, like a lot of rich people. But anyway, nag-ad break. Hello. Right in front of BB's BL. Sige po, maghihintay ako ng 1 minute bago magkwento ulit tungkol sa tropa time. Si Kaibaan may tropa time. What the fuck? Okay na. Okay, so si Kaibaan, to recap, minsan, nanliligaw siya ng lalaki. When he wins his friendship, he gives the man a big jar of gold and silver, a marvelous tabo, and his magic raincoat. In spite of being rich, the Kaibaan likes to steal because, let's be real, that's what rich people do. He threatens his obstinate male friends and throws them a type of powder that can produce an incurable skin disease. Never mind, what the fuck? The Ilocanos are afraid of the Kaibaanes, and every time they throw out a hot liquid, they say, "Alejaos" or "move away." Okay, let's go. Right, Kaibaan Fic. Skin disease is attributed always to the Kaibanes. Many believe in this, and those who have skin disease go through the tickets and say, "Hindi ko siya mabasa. Please forgive me, sir." Hey bro, have some precious metals, bro. Pachupa naman dyan. I mean, chupa ng rice. Hi, Frankie. What a great time to get on stream. I'm reading about a type of troll that likes to make tropa time. Hi, Hika. May troll tropa time na nagaganap. I'm not repeating it. Watch the VOD. Hi, Miyauki. Bakit yung pumasok dun sa troll tropa time? Okay, to recap, there is this troll-like creature called the Kaibaan. Kapag niligawan ka siya, he becomes very, very handsome. Serenade ka niya. Kapag babae ka, haharanahan ka niya, bibigyan ka niya ng raincoat para maging invisible ka, and then magpapakasal kayo. Kapag namatay yung guy, sa'yo lahat ng mana, tapos susuportahan ka ng pamilya niya. Kapag nanligaw siya ng lalaki, bibigyan niya agad ng gold and silver tabo and magic raincoat, the same raincoat. And then minsan, kapag nabad trip siya sa'yo, bibigyan ka niya ng skin disease because why the fuck not? Anyway, kapag binigyan ka ng skin disease, mag-sorry ka lang daw and then baka ma-cure ka. Baka lang. We love a bisexual king. I know, right? Also, meron silang tabo called a kiraod na nagpro-produce ng isang chupa ng rice. Chupa, the unit of measurement, not chupa the glock-glock. Okay? Yung unit of measurement. Why am I explaining this again? Next chapter na tayo, merm fuckers. I don't wanna... Sana all nililigawan ng... No, Nike, don't. Medyo sad na actually yung mermaid story. Mermaid Emperor time. Wala yung mermaid Emperor time dito. Hindi siya nilagay. It's un-Christian. Kibaan, bro, close your eyes. Why? And what do you see? Nothing. That's my world without you. Ay, shit! Tapos kumikislap yung ngipin niya, no? He dazzles you. He dazzles you. In BB's heart, there's always mermaid Emperor. Kibaan ng tunay na tropa. Tama, kibaan tropa time. Okay, I'm going to have to preface na sad yung mermaid origin story na nilagay ni kibaan VTuber Wen. I don't know. Magre-rebrand na ba ako para may tropa time din ako? Pre, gusto mo chupa? So, bibigyan mo ng ng 1 cup of rice. Masyado nag-fixate dun, Ayan, so preface, content warning, malungkot yung bibigyan ka na lollipop. Gives bigas. Hi, Killer Current, you're actually just in time for me to start talking about mermaids in Ilocos folklore. At least nung panahon ng Spanish period, so na-introduce na yung Catholicism and all that. Yes, something Halia will take your babies if you don't pay rent or something. Na kay Halia na yung firstborn ko. Nakapangako na kay Halia yung firstborn ko, yung secondborn ko nakapangako kay Eloy. Ilang babies pa ba yung gagawin ko para ibigay sa iba? I don't know. Chapter 4, The Litaw and the Mermaid. Litaw? I don't know. The Litaw was the Anita of the sea and rivers and not a Sirena. Sirena being a term introduced to the Philippines by the Spaniards, a fact confirmed by the same Ilocano tradition. Besides, Sirena is a Spanish noun and does not have an Ilocano equivalent. Stop saying Sirena, hindi siya Filipino. I mean, we have no more choice. Sirena na po talaga gamit natin. Litaw from lumilitaw. Oh, I was going to ask. So tama, litaw na litaw yung pronunciation. Sabihin ko lang litaw, lumilitaw mula sa tubig. Thank you, Emmy, for the pronunciation guides. Or taong dagat if you want to be ultra vague in Filipino. We go to the sad part. According to the Ilocanos, the mermaid was a beautiful girl who lived with her mother in a hut near the banks of a river whose waters reached up to the porch of said hut. One day, when they were sewing, the needle fell and the girl stooped to look for it. But the mother told her daughter to leave the lost needle alone because the Litaw, the male god of the waters, who possessed supernatural powers would, sabihin na lang nating take her. He would take her. However, the girl, seeing the needle at the bottom of the clear water, stooped to pick up when the mother was not looking, and hardly had she put her pretty feet in the water when she was swallowed by the current. Since then, she has acquired the power to enchant. The Ilocano mermaid is different from the one described by the collaborator of the Folk-Lore Andalus, kung ano man yung librong yon. Yeah, it's sad. I believe that many of the characters in Ilocano superstitions come from the ancient Anito called Litaw. Oh my god, may mermaid sightings pa rin, tapos Ilocano certified mermfuckers. Good job, Ilocos. Malapit kasi kayo sa dagat eh. Ang wild ng dagat ng Ilocos, man. The Litaw lost its importance since the introduction of the term Sirena in Ilocano folklore, and today, it is practically forgotten. According to what I heard, today by the way meaning like the 1880s, like panahon ng Spanyol tong librong to. According to what I heard in Vegan, Litaw is a small man who lived in the branches of the bamboo trees along river banks. He is the husband of the mermaid and the one who gave her the supernatural powers she now possesses. What an interesting combination of fables from the Spaniards and the Ilocanos. The Agustinians Buzeta and Bravo say that since Filipinos believe it is impossible to live without a wife, they also give each god a goddess, but also fuck Buzeta and Bravo. 2023 na ngayon. The Ilocanos say that the mermaids live in a magnificent gold palace, which is like a submarine located at the northern part of the Palacio Episcopal. In this palace, there is a furnace where the Queen of Waters lives. In all the Ilocano villages, even among the learned, no one was heard to dare scream or talk about the mermaid near the river for fear that she will come out and kill them. Ancestry mo na. Sige, yan ang excuse natin, BB. Ancestry mo yung mahilig ka sa mermaid empreg. The mermaid has thick, long hair that reaches down to the floor. She usually goes to town to hunt for human victims. She goes about disguised as a beautiful woman, enticing people to go with her to the river. The water, her sinister ally, suddenly swirls and bubbles. With her sharp nails, she kills her victim. Yes, murder, mermaid murder. However, one who has not maligned her nor talked ill of her is spared, entertained, and gifted with exquisite delicacies and presents. To this favored and innocent captive, she reveals the secret of her past. It is said that a woman was taken to the mermaid's magnificent mansion by a cetacean. And what the fuck is a cetacean? Wait lang, alam ko hayop yun. Kailangan ko siyang i-google. I need to pause. Fuck, dapat binasa ko siya dati. Hindi ba whale yun? Cetacean. Are they whales? Oh my god, they're whales. May whale sa kwento na to. What the fuck? Okay, it is said that a woman was taken to a mermaid's magnificent mansion by a whale, and upon arriving there, he introduced her to his distinguished sovereign, who had given her the order. Oh shit, nang kidnap pa si ate girl. The mermaid appeared and showered them with kindness, telling them not to fear anything, and that they would not be killed, for they were good and virtuous. As a result, the mermaid befriended them and made life present for them. The captive, however, longed to see her family and asked permission to go home from the mermaid. This was granted on one condition. She must return, otherwise she will die by drowning. But the ungrateful woman did not return, and fearful of having broken her promise, she never went to bathe in the river or the sea, but at a well. Nevertheless, she drowned and died in it because, man, napanood natin yung The Ring, right? You can die in a well. You can just drown in a well. Mauhulog ka lang and you die and you drown. You can die with a cup of water. You can always drown. Sometimes people say that the mermaid can be seen walking behind the carriage of the Virgin in a procession, majestic in her serenity and with her gaze fixed on the ground, and you come back as a vengeful ghost, you will die in 7 days. When she comes forth from the bottom of the water, it divides and gives way for people to pass at the sea, as the sea did for Moses, according to the Bible. Moses, mermaid, confirmed. The mermaid has fishes as her maids. She is beautiful, but she has an unpleasant smell of rotten fish. Ay, rude. Putang ina, naliligo ako. On her head lies the supernatural power, quid incantador. If someone can pull out a strand of her hair, she will pass the virtue of enchantment or omnipotence to that person. Her hair is as strong as a metallic net that can wrap and drag her victim. In spite of living at the bottom of her magnificent room, she can hear all kinds of talk about her. Mermaid Marites confirmed. If I relate her deeds, I could fill many pages, so I will tell only the most interesting. In the 1850s, this book is fucking old, news that the mermaid had become inactive and that there was news that the mermaid had become inactive and that no person had died by drowning went around. Every dawn, the mermaid appeared north of the Cathedral of Vigan. Several young people decided to meet and welcome her. How brave they were! The hour and the day came. The mermaid probably knew the purpose of her adversaries and she approached them. How horrible! The young men who advanced retreated with their hair standing on end. In the end, they were able to get near the maiden and capture her. But she turned out to be just a simple maiden waiting for her lover. So, nanggambala pa sila ng tao. Good job. That's our story. Sabi ni Severino. Sabi ni Daddy Isabelo. Thank you for the Hydrate Redeem coffee. And that's the story of the mermaid. That's the story of mermaid fuckers. We have a few short ones. Sunod-sunod ko na silang isusulat. Man, I miss this model. I miss being 3D. I can spell. Chapter 5, Chapter 6. Everyone's favorite ghost, the pugot. Chapter 7. Bakit ang haba ng chapter titles, man? I'm only typing with one hand. Generated. The clothes stealing They do that? Oh my god. Bold. There we go. Let's start with chapter 5. One page lang siya. Actually, one page lang din yung chapter 6. The Panangyatang and the Crocodile. Morga and Friar Colin said that Filipinos at the time of conquest by the Spaniards worshipped the caiman or the crocodile, whom they called Nuno. To protect them from harm, the Filipinos would give them something it had in its boat. The fishermen threw their first catch to the crocodile. This practice exists to this day in Ilocos according to the Catecismo Ilocano of Friar Lopez, who was in Ilocos at the beginning of the 17th century, and it is called the Panangyatang. But it is not practiced in other provinces, probably because Friar Collins was mistaken when he stated that the Filipinos called the crocodile Nuno, because this is a Tagalog word meaning grandfather or ghost. Both Ilocanos and Tagalogs call the crocodile buaya. This seems correct, for in some places in the Philippines where there are crocodiles, the people throw rice and other objects like rocks of distinct shapes so that their trips will be safe. Does it mean that in modern times, if I throw a Nendoroid or like a cute figure at the crocodile, you will be happy? It's a rock with a distinct shape, right? Right? We call them now senators. Wag, asamahan nyo doon sa buhaya. Just wants to eat. Tapos ko-compare nyo sa senador. Animal abuse. Emi o animal abuse. Okay, chapter 6, the pugot. When Ilocanos fear the pugot, which can take several forms, sometimes that of a cat with fiery eyes, at times that of a sinister dog which gradually increases in size, or a black giant with horrifying dimensions. Don't do that again. Kawawa yung buhaya. Joke lang. Imagine him, my dear readers, seated on the windowsill of a house, 18 meters high, his feet touching the ground. Daddy Isabella, you don't know. I don't know Daddy Isabella. If Daddy Isabella expected this story to be told by a monster fucker right now, but I am imagining respectfully, 18 meters high sa windowsill ng bahay, nagyoyosi. The common people say the pugot smokes giant-sized cigars. Tangina kapre to ah. Okay, kapre nga siya. There we go. Sorry, Daddy Isabelo. The natives of Vigan recount that in the year 1865 to 1867, a rain of stones fell over a house for some nights and it was blamed on some unknown pranksters. Hee hee, funny prank. The house was surrounded by policemen, but this did not stop the rain of stones. Most of the stones were thrown with force, but curiously no one got hurt. According to the Ilocano version, the pugot or cafre to the Spaniards, the Spaniards gave them this fucking racist name. Fuck you, Spaniards. Live in empty rooms of old houses or in the ruins of old buildings. For this reason, I believe that the pugot is one of the household anitos of olden times. Hello, Deco. Welcome to the stream and welcome, Swag Derek. We are reading Folk-Lore from the Ilocos region as collated by Isabelo de los Reyes in the 1880s. Panahon ng Spanyol. Thank you for the follows. Follow. Swag Derek. Welcome. Okay. Another 2-page chapter, Other Venerated Beings and Objects. The Ilocanos believe in a fabled and invisible bird called the kumao. According to them, this bird steals and kidnaps people. Why is it always kidnapping in Filipino folklore? The Ilocano stops when he detects a snake or he sneezes like tinguanes. What the fuck is a tinguanes? Yes, big bird. We went from Chupa, now we're at Big Bird. The Ilocanos say that the song of the lizard announces the arrival of a visitor, and the howling of dogs indicate the presence of a ghost. The rat changes people's teeth so that when one's tooth falls while reading, he should throw the other tooth to the roof and ask the rat to change it. One should be careful not to smile when looking at the mountain called Gosing in Ilocos Sur, otherwise the tooth will not grow. What? Is baby teeth not a thing? Is the concept of baby teeth not a thing before? Is it possible then that the rat is the anito of the teeth? Is it? Oh my god, si Jace the rat secretly an anito confirmed. According to the Ilocanos, the owl, like the bird called the salaksak, and the black butterfly forebodes death. A belief introduced by the Spaniards. Thank you, Spaniards! Na yung binabato sa Jace's venerated symbol pala, oo. Yung binabato sa sa bubong, actually ginoke din siya sa akin nung lolo ko nung nawalan ako ng ngipin. So like, once again, my grandfather, not from the Ilocos region. Sometimes I like seeing yung thread ng beliefs from the different islands of the Philippines, but like now's not the time for me to nerd out about that particular topic. I like folklore, okay? That's why I'm here. If I remember right, in a waterway running from Ilocos Sur to Abra, there are stones at which passerby throw cooked rice as gifts for the spirits believed to dwell in the stone. Passing Zambales in 1880 on the boat Romulus bound for Manila, pasakay na tayo sa barkong Romulus. The boat Romulus bound for Manila. The passengers were asked to kneel down and pray in front of a rock. Disobedience could make them sick upon arrival in Manila. This is because of this, it could be said that the Ilocanos believe in the powers of promontories or rocks. They also worship several trees, among them the Bagao, according to the friars Buzeta and Bravo. To this day, they are afraid of the tree called Tikbeg, and if they respect it, it is not because it is a sacred tree, but because they believe it is the dwelling place of the mamangking. Oh, see, Waray side yung kay BBC. It's not just Ilocano. Pero kasi Ilocano si Isabelo so I think that's why they attributed it there. Maiksi lang yung chapters niya actually. Mukha lang mabigat tong librong to kasi it's 50% the original Spanish. God damn, my meteorological labels. There we go. Hello, Pizza! Welcome to the stream. We're just reading a lot of tidbits about Ilocano folklore as presented by Isabelo de los Reyes, who is an old, like, a journalist from the 1880s. We are going to talk about ancient worship and old-timey astrology. Thank you for the hydrate redeem. Okay, so ancient fire worship and astrology. It is probable that the Ilocanos rendered homage to the sun and the moon. To this day, the planets are treated with respect and called Apo. Let me remind you that this day, according to this book, is like the 1880s. The Ilocanos tell us the imprints on the moon are those of a tree under whose shadows Saint Joseph sleeps dreaming of his flight to Egypt. Oh, wait, so puno sa atin yung moon? Diba kasi, okay, diba in other countries, like in Japan, if they look up in the moon, they see a rabbit. I think there's another hemisphere when they look up to the moon, they see a crab. Apparently to old Ilocanos, if you look up to the moon, you see a tree, and I haven't seen the moon in a long time because living in the city fucking sucks, but like, I'm gonna try and look for a tree next time. The observations on the moon are of different origins but are curiously related. Diba? Puno yung atin. Puno pala yung atin. One is the fabled tradition and another is the evangelical truth referring to Saint Joseph's dream of escaping to Egypt. Oh my God, nagpapakulong si Pental. Wait lang tapusin ko lang yung paragraph. However, we cannot agree that Saint Joseph on a moonlit night slept under a tree in Ilocos and dreamed of Egypt before the introduction of Catholicism in Ilocos. This belief may be traced to primitive Ilocano theogony, meaning that the Ilocanos worship the moon not as a divine being but as a dwelling place of Bathala. Natapon ko na yung laman ng recycle bin ko. I need to get Pental's PNG again. According to Father Villaverde in his Informe published in the Coriosino Anamita in 1879, the Igorots of Kiangan considers as gods the stars and planets, especially the sun. Bakit tite yung nakita ko agad dito sa jail PNG? There is a popular song with lyrics in Ilocano, Tagalog, and Pangasinan, which is genuine Filipino music. The song describes a banquet celebrated in the Garden of Heaven. It tells of an armless man who played a guitar, a musical instrument of 5 strings that the Ilocanos called kolibeg, while a mute person sings and a lame man dances. A blind man looks with wonder, together with the one-eyed and the cross-eyed. A toothless man laughs, while a man with a dented teeth plays the flute to the clapping of a weakling. This old song brings laughter and joy to the audience. Take note that this is an old and popular song whose composer remains unknown. Now, we wonder, is it certain that Filipino songs are generally about ancient themes and fables, as an old historian says? We cannot deduce from what is already cited the lot that heaven for the Filipino, or at least the Ilocano, was a garden where they laughed heartily. It sounds awfully like Aleister Crowley's passage about the I maybe it's the same thing. Maybe. Mother BB's alien serpent god confirmed. Oh shit. Alien. Let me just put Pental in jail. Since we're talking about heaven, this is our Pental PNG for today. I forgot how big this PNG is. Be not afraid. It's just a very, very high-res Pental PNG. Fucking hell. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Biblically accurate Pental Panagona. Peng peng peng, happiest penguin in the world. Go to jail for like being too high-res. What that mouth do? Ready na po siya dun sa one chupa of rice na pinapangako ni Kibaan. With respect to the comments, with respect to the comments, as in kometa, we were able to copy what an author had written concerning Chinese astronomy. According to the Chinese, the comets precede hunger and misery and prophesy the coming of pestilence, wars, the fall of kings, and the ruins of empires. This belief is shared by the Ilocanos. The Ilocanos believe that shooting stars have something to do with love. They move from one place to another. The aerolites that fall on earth are called layap. The common folk believe that to tie a knot in the handkerchief when the layap falls will enable them to enclose the knot. In the knot, the babato or miraculous stones of love. In Ilocos, there was a pair very much in love with each other. According to the townspeople, the lovers drowned in a marsh where no one can drown. What? This is fucking morbid. Not even a fly, for it was not deep enough. That's not love, that's stupidity. Among the names for Filipino gods that there are in the dictionary of Puzeta and Bravo, one can find a god or a goddess called Sehal. Sehal is an Ilocano word that means beauty, and the Ilocanos, like the Tagalogs, invoke the help of Venus in their love letters. Is it possible that once upon a time there was one like Venus who was called Sehal? Also, Pental's mouth will say sweet things to you and motivate you to reach your dreams. Hehe! So yun po yung ginagawa ng bibig ni Pental. Do you have a book for all of these stories or is it online? Okay, wait. Let me type out what I'm reading right now. Because last year I kind of bought out yung folklore book section ng UP Press. It is sometimes it's on UP Press, the Shopee account of UP Press if na-timingan mo siya. Folk-Lore Filipino by Isabelo de los Reyes is what we're reading today. There we go. Isabelo de los Reyes, a journalist from the 1880s who decided to collect a lot of folklore to prove that the Filipinos had a civilization before the Spaniards came and, introduced Catholicism. It's time to talk about goddesses and psychology. What the fuck? Okay. Yeah, pero ang dami sa UP Press, guys. It's where most of my salary went last year. UP Press, take my money. Ateneo Press, catch up naman. Mag-post din po tayo sa Shopee para makabili din ako ng libro. Okay, chapter 9, let's talk about goddesses, whose names I might mispronounce terribly because 1, the accent that I have while speaking English, 2, Bisaya man gud ko, ya lamya pa jud ko nga Bisaya. 3, I got bullied for having a hard accent, so this is what you get. This is how I coped. This is the accent I have now. Okay, chapter 9, Goddesses. In Ilocos Norte, There are healers or Tiomaniscos called the Maibang Bangon, besides the friends of the Sangkabagi. The Maibang Bangon are said to draw inspiration from an old vieja or woman. They also say that during a chickenpox epidemic, because remember back in the day, chickenpox can kill you, an old woman appears in their dreams and offers fried corn. Those who accept it will suffer the disease. So, if an old woman in your dreams gives you corn, just say no, magkakabulutong ka. An old woman told me seriously that the mother of the Virgin Mary was not Saint Anne as the Catholics know. Oh shit. And that whoever can find out the name of the real mother of Mary will go to heaven. The old woman told me that she would disclose the secret at the hour of death. Say no to the old women handing handing us fried corn. That's right. The old woman told me that she would disclose the secret at the hour of death. Here we have 3 fabled women whose names are unknown. The Agustinians Buzeta and Bravo say, "It is not possible for Filipinos to live without a woman. Therefore, for every god, there is a goddess. Also, we are friars." Sako. That is why among the Anitos, there had to be a female Anito or goddess, and one of them is known as Aran, the wife of Angengalo, the fabled Adam of the Ilocanos. Father Gonzales de Mendoza confirms that there were women idols. Besides the Anitos of both sexes and the venerated animals, the Ilocanos have honored not with a cult, but with some kind of respect the objects that are most useful. The Ilocano peasants treat gold, silver, money, rice, salt, soil, and everything useful with what is known as the tratamiento señor, the respect given to one who deserves the title apo. This reminds us of the Chinese who say that it is unjust to kill and eat the ox that had served man by pulling his cart. As Anot de Maizares say, there was a time when many things of value on earth were considered gods, and the real god was unknown or relegated to the background. That had nothing to do with goddesses at all except for the old lady giving you corn and chicken pox. Why is that the title of the chapter? Alright, chapter 10. Something that I didn't think this book will ever see in this book, but here we are. Chapter 10, psychology. Why? I don't know. Psychology. Weird old ladies in dreams handing out corns is not a basis to get chicken pox. Look, we didn't know how to get chicken pox back then. We didn't have chicken pox parties back then. I am immune to chicken pox. Mermaids are immune to chicken pox. Hopefully. I don't want to try it out. Chapter 10. I believe that the Ilocanos knew of the existence of a kind of soul, because up to now they believe that an incorporeal thing called the karkarma is innate in man. They also believe that man can lose his soul in the forests and gardens, and with it, his reason. We know that a man without a soul is a man without reason, you see. He is likened to a fool or a manic depressive, not the right term, who sits quietly in one corner as if lost in some deep thought, absolutely unmindful of his surroundings and distractions. And he who loses his soul or karkarma has no shadow. Thus, karkarma seems to be the same as a shadow of a man. Immune din siya sa power nung that guy from Naruto. Best boy. Shikamaru, there we go, best boy. When the Ilocanos return from the forest or field, they cry, "Intayon, intayon!" I don't know how to pronounce it. "Intayon, intayon!" calling his karkarma so that it will not get distracted, lost, or left behind. When one becomes crazy or deeply pensive, the Ilocanos believe that his karkarma is lost somewhere. Man, I wish psychology was this easy. His relatives then seek the aid of the faith healers, who take the insane man to the places where he had walked, and they cry out, "Intayun, intayun," believing that the karkarma will be returned to the body of the one who lost it. God damn it. It was that easy to cure depression. Let's go. There is another reason to believe that ancient Ilocano people knew a certain species of the soul. There is no doubt that the superstitious belief of the Ilocanos today were either introduced by the Spaniards or other Asians. Definitely some were inherited from early Ilocanos. There is a belief today that the spirit of a dead person, I do not refer to the soul according to the Christian idea, the soul of the Catholic is called karkarma in Ilocano. See, this is Isabella's fuck the church rant. From the 3rd to the 9th day of his death, visits his house and all the places where he has been during his lifetime. The howling of dogs announces the presence of the invisible spirit, and to see him, one should apply the secretion from the dog's eyes to his own eyes. Do you want to see your loved ones? Rub some dog piss, hopefully just dog piss and not other secretion, in your eyes. Intayun, intayun, you can see the dead now. The spirits are called Al-Alya, Ara-Arya, and Anyonaas in Ilocano. Yeah, you rub some dog piss in your eyes. Ihi-ihi lang, saktong ihi lang. In addition, that's how you see the dead. Yung character ni Ichigo sa Bleach, lagi lang yung may ihi ng aso sa mata. Kaya niyo nakikita yung mga patay. In addition, the Ilocanos believe that the soul of the deceased usually enters the body of a living person and begins to speak in the dead man's voice. Ihi ni Myon? Let's ask Myon. Tanong natin si Myon? Some peasants have told me that a woman fainted without any cause. She became cold. The others present understood that a soul or several souls had entered her body, wishing to give her a message. They then hastened to cover the woman with lambong, a black and shiny veil, and started asking questions. I leave it to the readers to find out if the voice was that of a ventriloquist or these credulous people deceived themselves. I also leave it to chat to ask Myon if kapag inihian ba niya yung mata mo, makakita ka ng patay. These common superstitions in Ilocos indicate that the Ilocanos knew of a certain kind of spirit. It could be an absurd belief, but besides being spiritual, it deals with the material characteristics like the voice or the visibility of the dead person at certain times. Okay, so to recap, dead people go back to the place that are dear to them from the 3rd of the 9th day of their death. Dogs will howl. If you want to see the dead person, spread some dog piss or dog semen in your eyes. It wasn't clear ang sinabi niya secretion. It could be anything. Pwedeng sipon. There's so many secretions in the human body or the dog body, sigbin body. Matingnan nga yung Spanish, Lo ahulidos de los perros, whatever. Yung aigu ng dog, probably. Kung ano man yung meaning ng ahulidos de los perros. That's it. Dog piss to see the dead. Ay, malapit tayo sa chapter tungkol sa kayuma, pero hindi pa yun. Okay. Tamaan yung mic. Also, if you get depressed, just go to a forest, just yell intayun, intayun, and maybe you'll be less depressed. Why not? I'm gonna try it out. I'll try anything at this point. Oops, wrong spelling. chapter 90 and 90, chapter 11, I can read. Naging ginamol or dababato. There are small stones to which the Ilocano attribute some miraculous power, although according to some of them, it is impossible to find these stones. These are called babato in Ilocos Norte and ginginamol in Ilocos Sur. Oh shit! Anting-anting siya. The heart of the banana has a stone that makes a Samson of whoever finds it. To obtain it, one has to stay a night beside a banana plant waiting patiently in a reclining position for the flower stone to be thrown out in the form of fire. Why Pentel in jail? She put herself there. That's why Pentel's in jail. She asked for it. Like, not a weird sexist excuse literally redeemed jail. Okay, so anyone who tries to possess this stone that fell out from a banana heart sa puso ng saging should be brave enough to confront the devil that appears to grab the stone. To feel frightened of the devil's presence can cause insanity. But if the man puts the stone in his mouth, he will never be vanquished. The lemon, which I assume is calamansi kasi wala naman tayong lemon, also has a small miraculous stone which is usually found in the grooves of the skin. The possessor of the stone will be loved and sought after by women. You have asked Mion. Anong sagot ni Mion? I'm gonna guess. What? Is his manager available? I miss manager. The answer is yes. Why would you give me this power? Okay, so if you want to get women, kumuha kayo ng calamansi. There's a small stone that will make you like sought after by all the women. The stone of the lemon is round and small. It has a black stain in the middle like the eyes of a fish, according to those who have seen it. Beans also have a babato, which can save one who possesses it from danger and the ire of his enemies. Those who obtain the babato of the tabtaba, a species of mollusk, will acquire the power to be in places that are impenetrable. For example, a closed room. Oh shit. Anting-anting ng suso. The egg of a heron makes its possessor invisible. And the babato of an eagle gives his possessor the power to free himself when he is tied. So, if she buries your kink, don't get a stone from an eagle. It won't be fun for you anymore. Why is that my takeaway? I don't know. I'm not drinking a vodka mule while reading this. I'm drinking rum. Okay, it's time to talk about gayuma. Or tagiroot. Tagiroot is called the love grass in Ilocano or gayuma in Tagalog. Let me just type it down. Bakit may drop frames pa rin ako? What? Which what? OBS what? All I've been doing is reading. Shit, may pronunciation guide pala dun sa baba. I just saw it right now. The pronunciation guide does not help me at all. Malakas sa RAM ang libro. Oh shit. Or maybe it's my ancestors going, fuck you, Magindara, stop doing this. Like, I remember one folklore storytelling. I kinda shit-talked on some monsters. The next day, nasira yung cellphone ko. And then I told it to my lolo and my grandfather was like, maybe you shouldn't have said that about those people. And I'm like, fuck, I'm so sorry. So, tabi-tabi po, pasensya na po, sorry na po, tabi-tabi po. Nagkukwento lang. May baganting lote sa tapat ng namin. Nagkukwento lang po, guys. Huwag po kayo magalit. I'm teaching history and like, culture and reminding people about the existence of you guys. So, huwag na po kayong magalit, mga engkanto, sa bakanteng lote. May sumisigaw ba ng balo sa chat? Wait lang. Okay, let's read about the tagiroot. Tagiroot is the love grass in Ilocano or Gayuma in Tagalog. He who acquires the flower of a grass called the pako will be rich and beloved by women. It seems that the flower of this grass is scarce. It reminds us of the enchanting and ancient Caricia that has the same powers. It's okay, Mikey. Everything's very short and you only missed jokes about chupa. He who acquires the flower of the kanunong that bears the tamarind ay sampalok will be successful in fist fights and struggles. Okay, kung gusto nyo tumapang, kumuha kayo ng bulaklak ng sampalok. Bullets or projectiles cannot hurt him. One who tries to hit or stone him will find his arms immobilized and extended stiffly. In short, one can see that it is impossible for a tree to produce flowers of different species. What? God damn, wala pang bulaklak ang sampalok? Is that the joke? Ah, okay. Dapat makakita kayo ng bulaklak ng kanunong sa sampalok. Okay, yeah, that is impossible. It's impossible to find the flower of another plant in something else. The love grass is found on Good Fridays, according to Ilocanos. If one finds a flower in a place where the branches of various trees are linked, underneath this flower could be the love grass in a vertical line. Women usually fall in love with men who have the love grass in their possession. Huwag na kayong manligaw, bigyan nyo na lang ng damo yung babae. The three kinds of grass are placed in small containers full of coconut oil, which serves as food for the grass. This will give a strange power that will make a woman fall in love with the possessor of the grass preserved in coconut oil. If the grass is called aribobo, the power to attract will be different. It is enough to think of falling in love with a young lady, and she will come and declare her love. Easy. During my childhood days, I had a Tinggian friend, a Tinggian being, indigenous people, yung Tinggian. He was the famous Captain Aquino, who poisoned many children. What? He poisoned many children. He sold me 2 quarts of some roots that look like hair, assuring me it has the power to conquer hearts. He told me, put them in a bottle full of oil so that they would not dry. Wet them with your water. Your water? What does that mean? Ihi na naman ba to? Before applying them to the woman you like. And do not tell this secret to anyone, because you will lose this virtue. Okay, here's how to get bitches. Get this hair. Get this weed that looks like hair. Put it in oil. Mix it with your quote-unquote water. And then ipahid mo sa babae. Ancient Filipino secret. In spite of this, I told this secret to my servants who advised me to throw them away, warning me that the Tinggian wanted to poison me. Give her dagu. There was no bad intention. But when the children of a friend asked for them and applied them on a food vendor, the vendor slapped them in return. Yes, don't put piss on the food vendor. That's not safe. But also alternatively, the smoke of the cigarette that is wet with the oil of a coconut that has only one eye also attracts the love of the babalasang. The Ilocanos call the black holes of the upper part of the fruit the eye of a coconut. Okay, see, better, that's something better than like peeing on grass and then rubbing it on someone, rubbing the oily grass on someone. Don't rub pee on other people unless you're Myon and you want them to see dead people. Just don't. Just don't. It's time to talk about snakes. Give her the goo, make her fall in love with you. Mhm. Great healers and fortune tellers. Chapter 13, Faith Healers and Fortune Tellers. Watch me mispronounce all of these words. The Ilocanos have healers called the Maibabangon, the Mangodon, Pangongodon, and friends of the Sangkabagi, the Manunuma or Tawak in Tagalog, who they say were born on the same day as a snake, and for this reason are respected and feared by the reptiles. Fucking parcel tongues. They have the power to cure snake bites by means of miraculous stones, and by merely whistling they are obeyed by all the reptiles in the area. The Ilocanos have some riddles called the Mamadles or Manilao. To find out who has found a lost object or has robbed someone, the Ilocanos make the suspects chew rice and spit it out. The one who spits yellowed rice is the culprit. Brush your teeth. Don't drink piss. There are many other ways of identifying a thief. The names of the suspects are written separately on several pieces of paper. These are placed in the kettle of boiling water, and a blessed candle is lighted. They mumble a short mumbo-jumbo prayer. After these ceremonies, they examine the pieces of paper where the names are written. The ones whose names have disappeared are innocent. The ones whose name still remains is the thief. Among Us Piss Edition. Yes, that's how we figure out thieves now. Piss and also secret writing. In Ilocos, there are taos who can guess who the thief is and where to find lost things. In Ilocos, it is probable that there was no mga salat where herbs, stones, and other love objects are neither made nor manufactured, since by nature they are wonder. These are different from what Filipino historians say about the mga salat. Unsa gani ng mga salat, wala niya gisulti. Sorry. I feel like this book expects us to have read another book that he has written that is not translated in English, and I cannot speak Spanish for shit. Obra premiada con medalla de plata de la exposición filipiniana celebrada en Madrid. Yeah, there we go. I saw a number, my brain stopped, I can't read Spanish. Hey, did he actually mention people from Mindanao? Oh shit, wait, sorry guys. Choto. didn't used to be a weeb that says choto all the time. Pero nahawa ko because VTubers, you guys are fucking weebs. So sorry. I'm not drunk. Okay, okay. I have paused taking that call. Man, ang dami ko na pick up sa inyo. Pero kasi mas maiksi siya kaysa sumigaw ng sandali! And we're back. We're gonna talk about cosmogonia. Cosmogonia. Oh, there we go. Chapter 14. We, the Ilocano natives, we being Isabelo de los Reyes and his other friends, have a belief which, although not written in any chronicle, is very much known to the Ilocanos. Man, according to the belief, existed before the creation of heaven, earth, sky, etc. There was a giant called Agnalo. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's spelled weird. Let me type it out. How the fuck do you pronounce this? I'm gonna call him Angie. There's a giant called Agnalo, also known as Angie, who could be the one cited by the Reverend priests Buzeta and Bravo. He stood on his feet with his head reaching up to the heaven and covered 70 miles from Vigan to Manila in one single step. Angalo, Angie. Close kami, pwede ko siyang tawagin na nickname. The earth before was level. Angie dug out a cave. The earth from his diggings formed the mountains. Angge? Sige, si Angge. We're gonna call him Angge. The soil that fell from his deformed fingers fell on the side of the cave, thus forming the hills. And we're back to piss. His urine gave rise to the oceans and seas. Kaya maalat yung dagat kasi wiwi siya ni Angge. This explains why the sea is salty. Oh my god, yun pala talaga. Akala ko joke lang. Yun yung next sentence. Maalat yung dagat kasi ihi siya ng higante. Oh my god, I come from giant piss. I am a creature of giant piss. I don't know what to do with this information. Angge had a wife called Aran, by whom he had 3 daughters who wanted to go to Manila to bring salt and pray that their father carry them. Is De Los Reyes a piss enjoyer? We don't kink shame Isabelo De Los Reyes, but also probably. Angge agreed, but in the middle of the sea, they all fell, thus adding more salt to the sea. So also he drowned his daughters in his own piss. Angge, as the one who placed the rainbow in heaven, is as well as the sun and stars. To the Ilocano peasants, the sky is no other than the blue and concave dome that covers us. They think that the earth is not spherical as ancient geographers have said. It is a circular plane where mountains support the sky, which they believe to be much bigger than its actual size. As such, it is unreachable, and if it could be reached, it would take a whole lifetime of running non-stop towards the horizon. According to this Ilocano tradition, Angalo and Aran were man's first parents like Adam and Eve. But in this context, the creation of man is not mentioned. Whenever the Ilocanos said that Fulano has not been born, they mean it in the metaphorical sense. He was still at the other side of the sea or another part of Asia, which in the olden times meant that the Ilocanos believed being born meant coming from a foreign land like a piece of bamboo carried by the waves to the foot of Milano. From this bamboo originated the first man, according to another ancient belief cited by some historians. In Ilocos, saying that a woman bore you meant that you came from a piece of bamboo. In the Rocky Mountain of Bangbang, located in the boundary of Abra Province, there is a big footprint similar to that of a man. There is another on the peak of Bulagao, Ilocos, or in Cagayan. Both are believed to be those of Angalo. This reminds us of the tradition and fabulous Bota del Mandarin located near Fuchao, higher in the ports of Niangan. Why are we in China now? Angalo left 3 footprints upon his ascension to heaven. Also, he peed, and that's why we have the ocean. In Abra, there is a mammoth underground tunnel said to be Aran's foot. It reaches up to Cagayan. From China to the Philippines, in Ilocano tradition, I'm gonna call him Angge again. Angge was the creator of heaven and earth. A god ordered him to do so, but the name of the god is unknown. Nor is he an object of worship among the Ilocanos. It is incomprehensible, because according to all religions, the creator of the universe is God, for God alone is omnipotent. Is it because the Ilocanos believe is just a mixture of religious ideas, purely Ilocano or foreign, or perhaps introduced by the Chinese after the conquests? Oh my god, is the salt maker made of piss? I don't know. I'm gonna look up that proverb. Angyalo being a giant, the Mandayas of Mindanao also spoke of a giant called Tagamaling. Could be similar to Atlas of Oceano Filipino of Friars Buzeta and Bravo. Since in the Ilocano belief there is a relationship between Aran and Angyalo is not mentioned, those two could have been the same person cited by Friar Colin. We have seen the fable that traces Angyalo's existence is similar to the Chinese beliefs. Here is what my dear friend Blumentritt wrote me. Oh my god, friend siya ni Blumentritt. Katrisam niya si Rizal. I mean, what? Huh? Nothing. I don't have historical people fanfiction. My dear friend, I have just received your very interesting article about Ilocano cosmogony. Not only in the Visayas but also in other towns of the Malayan race do they say that the primitive men come from a piece of bamboo. The natives of the islands of Mantawe of Sumatra and those of southeast of Borneo, Holoatale, Minhasan, the natives of Cabroeang and Cabolentean between the Celebes and the Philippines, recount that the first man was Huera Baclauro or Hera Butao. As narrated, he cut rattan in the mountains, and from one piece of rattan cut open he found a man and a woman, from whom originated the islanders. According to the story of the kings of Alforos in the islands of Seram, man and woman had their origin from a tail called warangi, a kind of balete tree, or from the coconut tree. Some native tribes of Ambayona and Ambueno descended from pieces of bamboo, and others come from crocodiles and eels. There are tribes from Seram who claim the first men owe their existence to the union of the heaven and earth, and earthquakes are attempts of the earth to re-establish the situation of the past. The same legends are also found in other Malayan countries. The Javanese invoke Popocaso, or the father of the sky, and Ibu Pratiswi, or Mother Earth. Footprints of gods, demons, and giants of that of Angalo are found all over the world. The ethnologists always look for legends or anything that could refer them. So many will be grateful to you for your article. I will translate it into German and publish it in the scientific magazine in Austria and Germany, probably next June in 1887. The nearby Lemeritz is the stone with handprints of the devil, called the Teufelstate, or Teufels meaning devil, and Teufelstate. German ako dati, why don't I remember this? And sate, a big hand of a giant or the legs of a lion or a tiger. So, in summation, ang summary natin, two giants, they made the earth. He peed. That's how we got the sea. People come from trees. The end. Or that's a quick summary. Summary: Piss. How to find a criminal? Piss. How to make a woman fall in love with you? Piss. How to see the dead? Dog piss. That's it. That's the secret. Ihian mo lang. Let me just hydrate muna. This is the elixir of life. I know, right? We have been throwing away the solution to everything this entire time. We have been flushing it in our toilet. Thank you for the hydrate redeem, Mikey. Oh, shit. Wait, sige, kaya yan. More piss. More holy liquid. I hate this. We will control the world with piss and mermaid hair. And now, the weather. As soon as I can spell. Metrorolo. Chapter 15. Fables about the weather. The Ilocanos confuse thunder and lightning and believe that both have something to do with the peak that appears suddenly during a storm. What? A respectable and reliable person? Isabelo de los Reyes immediately says, I do not say that they're illiterate, has assured me, on his word of honor, that during a storm, he saw a pig come out near the trunk of a certain tree and it turned to fire. It thundered and the pig disappeared. Thunder and lightning, pigs. The same person assures us of seeing with his own eyes a white rooster before he saw an electric spark in the sky over the town hall of Sarat in Ilocos Norte. It was running swiftly when it changed into thunder and then it became ashes. Magutom lang siya. Bakit manok tsaka baboy yung naisip niya? How can this be explained? An electrical discharge must have hit the rooster, reduced it into ashes, and made it disappear. Kawawa naman yung manok. Many meteorologists state that the thunder can reduce its victims to ashes. But the Ilocanos believe that the thunder strikes only animals. That ain't fried chicken anymore, it's ashes now. The Ilocanos are more afraid of thunder than of lightning and claim that it is dangerous to eat during a storm because it is possible that the hungry thunder may come and grab the food. It is also dangerous to ride on a four-legged animal or, and this is actually smart, wear valuable jewelry such as gold, silver, or diamonds, actually just the metals. Due to this belief, oftentimes you find jewels in the fields thrown by the owners during a storm. It is also bad to stay under trees, hold mirrors, glasses, crystals, and any shining metal. Damn, this is partially science. According to the Ilocanos, thunder respects water and sugarcane leaves. Therefore, a man who is underwater or is in a sugarcane field is saved from thunder. Not sure that works. It is also said that sugarcane leaves can wound the lightning. Wound the lightning sounds like a guilty gear song. The people from Ilocos Norte usually cover their heads with coconut palms during Palm Sunday to avoid danger during stormy days. The Ilocanos believe that the fire produced by thunder and lightning cannot be put out by water, but by vinegar. For this reason, when the provincial hall in Abra was burned, all the houses Bangged suffered scarcity of vinegar. Lure the lightning, hindi ba ride the lightning? I forgot. Basta alam ko kay Kai Kiske? Look, hindi ko nalaro yung mga bagong Guilty Gear. Hanggang X. Let us say in passing that the Ilocanos get their vinegar from sugarcane while the Peninsulares extract their vinegar from grapes. Spain, you're weird. Galing sa grape? Why? The Ilocano vinegar is superior. Shit, let's go, Isabelo de los Reyes. The Ilocano vinegar is superior and is known all over the Philippines. It is stronger than those produced in Europe and in America. Get good. Some old Ilocanos say that the thunder is only a noise produced by God's car when it goes out. God's car? Ay, sige. The Ilocanos attribute the sprouting of mushrooms to the lightning. Actually, a scientific basis. Wait, paano nga explanation ito? So, something about lightning releases potassium in the air. Potassium is actually something that helps fungi grow, or like is actually good nutrients for not just fungi but for plants. So, there is some scientific basis to kapag kumikidlat, dumadami yung kabute. To say that someone is a victim of lightning or thunder is an insult to the Ilocanos and the Tagalog, and like a lot of people linte. The people who do not die when hit by thunder or only fade for a moment are said to have the hedor of the thunder, hedor being an undesirable odor resulting from decomposed organic substances. Zone the zaps, keep the kuryente. Lintik kayo. It is bad to point with your finger at a rainbow because the finger will be cut. Okay, don't point at the rainbow. If a strong wind blows on the feast of St. Lawrence, the Ilocanos believe that the martyr of the grill is awake, otherwise he will be asleep. Or back to St. Elmo's fire. The fire of St. Elmo or the San Telmo will make one lose your way. It appears to be near, but as one walks towards it, it seems to be farther away. If you get lost at nighttime, you should take off your shirt and put it on again on the wrong side. In another book, I also read, if inatake ka ng San Telmo, take off your pants, show it your penis. Anyway, kung wala kang penis, manghirap ka. By doing this, you can avoid getting lost, but according to the Ilocanos, this is the work of the devil. Apparently, that's how you get rid of the San Telmo. Just take off your pants and like T-pose. Filipino folk beliefs. San Telmong nangingilat, tite lang katapat. Ayoko na, I'm not even drunk. Let's talk about more weird shit about animals now. Make it a drinking stream? No. Baka hindi na ako makapagbasa. May opisina pa bukas. Thursday pa bukas. Let's talk about more weird shit about animals and like ayaw nang magpakita ng bagong fine. Chapters. Oh my god, ang laki niya. Oh, ano nangyari? Bakit bumaliktad? Chapter 17. Chapter 16, Zoological Beliefs. Oh God, we're here immediately. Okay. Yes, thank you for the clip. I will watch it later. Because we're already here. In Ilocos Norte, people believe that the dog who sucks human milk will be fierce. Okay, you want a good guard dog? Make it drink human milk. When a dog gives birth to a first time, for the first time, the puppies are fed while a drum is being played so that they will learn how to bark. They are also made to swallow a scorpion to make them brave. Shit. How to make a good dog, make them drink human milk drum so they learn how to bark and then feed them a scorpion. Okay, noted. In Ilocos Sur, the puppies of a dog giving birth for the first time are thrown into the river. Why? People believe they bring wisit or bad luck to their masters. The Ilocanos do not smoke when they ask for a dog so that it will not learn how to hunt chicken. Can we nip the tail before feeding the puppies? Maybe, sure, why not? When they bring a dog home, they pinch anyone they find in the house without warning. That way, the dog will bite silently. They also prohibit anyone to smoke when they buy cows to prevent the cows from biting the rope. They are likewise forbidden to chew buyo and to smoke when they buy a pig to prevent it from killing the rooster of the house. So, more or less on just don't smoke. When they get home after buying the pig, they eat and drink so that the pig will eat and get fat. Maingit yung baboy. They do the same when they buy or ask for a cat. Later, the old women would climb trees so that the cat will learn to climb and chase rats. How to teach your cat to climb trees, make Lola do it. When the pig sits in front of the stairs, it is a sign that it is cursing its master. To avoid the misfortune, the animal is chased away. Do not let your pig sit in front of your stairs. It is good to hunt on Good Friday because the deer are very tame and easy to catch. When the lizard or the alutuit sings, visitors are expected to arrive. Rats, cockroaches, and other insects found on sacred images are believed to be toys of God. Therefore, the faithful are afraid to kill them. Okay, kung may ipis dun sa mukha ni Santo Niño, huwag mong patayin, magagalit si Jesus. The Ilocanos are careful that no frog lays eggs in jars of drinking water because they believe the water will become poisonous. Valid. The natives say that roosters, not hens, lay a small egg that contains a scorpion. This belief is generally shared in Europe. When the hen has just hatched its eggs, the Ilocanos take the hen and the chick out of the nest and pinch the people present to teach the hen to be brave and to defend the chicks from birds of prey. Feeling ko magaling. Ilocanos? May Ilocano pa ba dito? Bakit ang hilig yung mangrot? Please explain. Is this just like a regional kink or something? Ang dami ng things na nagsastart sa kurot. Yeah, definitely unsanitary yung uminom ng tubig na may putete. At dusk, when the rooster gathers into trees, one of them sings, and if no other bird answers, it means that the rooster is cursing its master. In Ilocos Norte, this kind of rooster is immediately killed to avoid the fulfillment of the curse. In the said provinces, they say that when a rooster crows in a low tone, he is also cursing his master. When this happens, the master chases the rooster with or without sticks to make him stop. When the buho or kulalao in Ilocano sings around the house, it's also an owl, It is an indication that the residents are going to get sick. We are pinching our light. Crush mo, no? Crush nyo, no? Baka excuse lang yun ng mga Ilocano. So parang, sorry, nanganak yung nangitlog yung chicken namin. Pisilin kita. Okay. Applying to say we are cheap so we can't be pinched. Akala ko parang, crush, nangitlog yung manok namin. So like, papisil naman dyan. When a bird enters the house in the daytime, people are afraid to catch it, for those who do so will get sick. What they do is they avoid seeing which room it enters, for he who occupies the room will die. What the fuck? This sign, they say, is infallible, especially when it's a small bird. Kung pinasok ng Maya yung kwarto mo, you're fucked, you're gonna die. I'm so sorry, I don't make the rules. When a bird flies, almost touching the head of a person, or later rests on a dead tree, the forthcoming death of a relative is announced. Fucking what? A butterfly that flutters around or enters the house is a sign that somewhere a relative has died. The firefly is the light or lamp of an evil spirit. In conclusion, make your dogs drink human milk, dog strong. I hate this. Pwede bang bumalik na lang tayo sa yung topic kaysa dun sa gagawin mong kasuso yung aso. Oh my God, meron siyang 5 pages of collections lang ng pamahiin. You know what? I don't... Ang haba niya. Can I skip yung like... I'm gonna skip yung 8 pages worth of random pamahiin. 8-9 pages of random pamahiin. We gonna skip that. No, that's not a regional kink. You just make them drink milk. Don't have to, the dog. Okay, let's go for chapter 18. Chapter 18. Let's not read 17. We're skipping that. That's more weird shit. It's more random, random superstitious belief. Let's talk about crime. And anting-anting. The anting-anting, as it is popularly called in the Philippines, is an amulet that saves people from dangers and gives them supernatural powers. Bandits wear anting-anting for the magic that it bestows on the wearer, hence they feel invulnerable. They also feel good because the common people consider them supernatural beings. There are several kinds of amulets. Some are made with the skin of a human fetus. What? Today I learned yung ibang anting-anting gawa sa pagkain ni Halia. Some amulets are small printed books based on or with passages from the Testament that are found in the Holy Sepulchre of our Lord. A handwritten copy was given to me by a bandit. We will speak of other kinds of anting-anting, dried fetuses and shrunken heads. Yung shrunken heads, alam ko yung dried fetus, ngayon ko lang nalaman. We will speak of other kinds of anting-anting, and here we will copy only some paragraphs of a letter from Vigan, Ilocos Sur, dated July 19, 1885, and published in La Oceana Española. By doing this, we fulfill the duty of a folklorist to mention certain relationships between criminality and folklore. The letter states, some time ago, a group of undesirable elements were seen going around here. They had raided some towns where, as a result, some houses were found empty. Travelers, especially those who travel at night, are molested. Oh shit. Recently, there were two deaths reported, one in Magsingal and the other in Santa Maria. Twice, the Guardia Civil went out to look for the culprits in the places where they were supposed to have hidden their loot, but to no avail. The gang was headed by Esteban Sales, who was well known to the people for his daring acts of banditry attributed to his anting-anting. On Tuesday at midnight, some of his men were seen near the bridge of Santa Maria. Their objective was to steal a considerable sum that the town of Santa Lucia has remitted to the government. This was more than 2,000 pesos, collected for the first 3 months, representing payments of cedula and provincial taxes imposed by the province. Thanks to the foresight of the driver who asked for 3 escorts in Candon, the bad intention was foiled. The chief of the gang, Fabian Ramos, who had just escaped jail, was caught. One of the guards was hurt in one hand because he tried to grab the knife of one of the bandits, who in turn got injured in one ear. They say that this band had small rectangular pieces of tortoise shell tied together with small circular wires and considered to be an effective weapon against the axe. If you have tortoise shells, axes can't harm you. 2 other objects were found in his possession. According to the people who saw them, one was shaped like a chickpea and the other was shaped like a green bean. These amulets or anting-anting were believed to make the bandit invulnerable. It would seem that this feeling of invulnerability associated with anting-anting is the reason why people choose the life of banditry or to live life dangerously. Misguided by their faith in these objects and the marvelous powers that they can be obtained from, they become egoistic and adventurous to prove that they are brave. You know what? Dried fetuses and shrunken heads. Yo, hello Joshua, welcome! I'm just reading, I'm just gonna read the last chapter for tonight of El Folk-Lore Filipino because this seems like a good chapter to end it with. I'm not biased. I'm not a cannibal mermaid for nothing. Folklore about the sea. Let me just drink some water. Folklore about the sea. It is well known that anything superstitious belongs to mythology or to religion, whether existing or extinct. We shall include in this chapter all the superstitions that we know, leaving those about customs and medicines to their respective places. This article serves to answer the questions of Mr. Paul Sebillot, the author of Le Conte de Marines, to show him that what we Filipinos know about sea lore. Its presentation therefore follows the same order of that of his questionnaire. A friendly reminder that these used to be, I guess, articles. These used to be short articles. That's why a lot of the chapters are really, really short. The part of the sea that is near the beach is called the Baybay in Ilocano and Dagat in Tagalog. The part far from the beach is called Tao in Ilocano and Kalautan ng Dagat in Tagalog. Ay, haba ng kalautan ng dagat. With regarding to riddles about the sea, I do not recall anything from the Ilocanos, but the Tagalogs have the following riddles. Bibingka ng hari, hindi mahati-hati. According to the people, the answer is the indivisible sea of the king which cannot be divided. Another riddle is baboy ng Marigondon hanggang dito gumugulo. Or the peak of Maricondon has rolled up to here. The answer is the waves of the sea. There's also this proverb, kung ang dagat ay mababaw, ay maugong. Or if the sea is shallow, it is noisy, it is rocky. In other words, a person who talks much knows little. The rising and ebbing of the tide is called the atab and ugot in Ilocano. In Ilocos, the increasing and decreasing size of the moon is attributed to this phenomenon of the tide. You know what? They got it kind of right. I mean, they got the connection, right? The ebbing of the tide could alleviate suffering, while the rising tide could cause the reverse. It is bad to throw waste matter into the sea or to show one's buttocks and shout because he will get swallowed by the waters, okay? Don't show your ass to the mermaids, we will fucking kill you or drown you, whatever. Get good, learn to breathe underwater. The sea is sacred and all who die by drowning will go to heaven. Okay. The wind causes the formation of waves, also true. Sea water cures wounds and tuberculosis, not true. When a snake grows to an extraordinary proportion, he goes to the sea together with other smaller snakes who bid him farewell. Once on the beach, he raises his head and throws himself to the sea until he reaches the imaginary island of snakes where he will die. That's sad. The Ilocanos say that once upon a time a boat happened to pass by this island and found many snakes around stone or wood. We have seen in Zambales an ordinary rock that is shaped like an oven. They say that in a town of Ilocos Norte, a very proud man was swallowed by the waves and converted into a lake which is now known by the name Nalbuan. The inhabitants of the town were very vain. When one wore a new dress, everyone tried to do the same. God punished them by turning them into fishes which, as the belief goes, had earrings. How? Fishes don't have. Due to the curse, all government efforts to convert it into a port by joining it to the sea through a canal became completely useless. The bell of the San Francisco Church in Manila was found floating in the bay of the city. Different religious orders tried to retrieve the bell, but all efforts proved futile, even though it's just a small bell. However, when the Franciscans came, the bell was brought back to land with ease. People say that the bell tolls without anyone ringing it. It's fucking haunted and cursed now. In a sea not far from Corregidor, according to the people, one can see the water, some bewitched buildings owned possibly by the ferries who stop the ships that pass by unless they are thrown cooked rice as tribute. A rainbow appearing in the east is a sign that the rain which has begun to fall will stop completely. If it shines in the west, it will stop only temporarily, and if it encircles the moon, there will be dry winds. The wind, according to the Ilocanos, come from some bamboo groves in Abra. The nautical rose of the wind in the Ilocanos is reduced to the cardinal points Amian, Puyupoy or Laud, Abagat, and Duguduk or Daya. That's northwest, south, northwest, south, east. The last one, believed to carry fever on its wings, comes from Boscana of Abra. Tangina, nangaway pa ng kapitbahay. When the fish known as the lumba-lumba follows the same route as a ship, there will be smooth sailing. If the fish jumps in the opposite direction, the ship will have a rough time encountering contrary winds. That could actually be scientific. In Vegan, I saw a comedy representing the four elements personified. This is just a random comment. Isabelo de los Reyes, this has nothing to do with folklore, sir. There are times at night when one can hear the pealing of bells in heaven. He who listens to it will have a long life. Ilocanos claim that the sun sinks into the sea because the coastal dwellers see the sun go down into the sea. And those are some random beliefs about the sea. And that's it for our folklore storytelling. Nakapag-folklore storytelling pa rin pala ako kahit Kahit hindi siya Saturday, this is usually done on Saturdays, like last Saturday of the month. Wasn't able to do it, can't do it today. I mean this Saturday because I will be doing something else. I will be with family and therefore, ito na lang yung pamalit natin. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Let's look for someone to raid. In conclusion, piss heals everything. You have an ailment, pee on it. You want your dog to be brave, pee on it. You want to see the dead, pee on it. Piss. While we're looking for someone to raid, what's a good raid message? Piss is the golden water. Have Myon pee on it. Want to see your dead loved ones? Rub piss on your eyes. Dog piss specifically. This is a raid message. If you're subbed, if you're not subbed, this is a raid message. Who can we raid? So many people streaming, what the fuck? I think we already raid Bakunawa, VT, and Myon this week. There are so many people streaming. Wait lang. Si Lev? Okay, sige. Let's raid Lev Yimi. Asan siya dito? Wala touch move, may sinuggest ka na. Let's raid Lavimi. She's playing Apex Legends, I think. I don't have any more streams for this week. I will publish a schedule Sunday, 6 p.m. Usually nakapost na siya sa Twitter probably earlier if you're on my Discord. Thank you for listening to old folk tales about piss and yung enchupa. See you next time. Maya-maya muli. Paalam. Oh, also yung raid.